of March 1st of this year, the National Guard has 41,899 soldiers and 5,554 airmen activated and currently serving here in Iraq and in Afghanistan, with 89,044 total troops operating under Operations Noble Eagle, Enduring Freedom, and New Dawn. That means the National Guard is carrying 53% of the load today as we speak. And that's why we at ANGUS work so hard to ensure that their sacrifices and the sacrifices borne by their families and employers are not forgotten. Tonight we have the opportunity to recognize 4 individuals whose hard work has significantly impacted enlisted soldiers and airmen in the Army and Air National Guard. Their efforts have been instrumental in recognizing the value of today's Guardsmen who still raise their hand and volunteer to serve our great nation.
I'm delighted to assist this evening in the presentation of some of the Enlisted Association of the National Guard of the United States, EANGUS awards, the Eagle Award and the Militia Awards. And I think that all of you know the recipients of these awards, and they're truly deserving individuals. On the Eagle Award tonight, the individuals receiving the awards are Senator Daniel Akaka from Hawaii and Congressman David Loebsack from Iowa. Focus on their efforts in regard to the post 9/11 GI Bill, and a lot of you know that. A lot of you know that the original version of that act was significant in its scope, but it left out a very important part of the National Guard, and that's the recognition of our Title 32 soldiers and airmen. Due to the efforts of these 2 gentlemen, that flaw has now been corrected, and I'm proud to say that an additional 131,000 members of the Air and Army National Guard are now eligible for those GI Bill benefits for service to their country. So, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Citation for U.S. Senator Akaka. United States Senator Daniel Akaka was first sworn in as a member of the U.S. Senate on May 16, 1990. As a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Akaka has been a strong advocate of our nation's military and uniformed personnel. During World War II, Senator Akaka served in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers from 1943 to 1947, including service on Saipan and Tinian. Following his service in the Second World War, he attended college on the original GI Bill. This evening we are recognizing Senator Akaka's successful efforts to pass the post 9/11 Veterans Education Improvement Act of 2010. Signed into law on January 4, 2011, this legislation expands GI Bill benefits to over 131,000 members of the National Guard. This will allow, for the first time, soldiers and airmen who have served under Title 32 full post 9/11 GI Bill educational benefits. For this particular effort and his many other accomplishments on behalf of National Guard enlisted personnel, we are proud to award Senator Daniel Akaka the G.B. Sonny Montgomery Eagle Award.
Real honor tonight to receive this. Thank you so much, General Wyatt, for the honor. And I want to tell you that there are 3 of us from World War II that are left in the United States Senate. And one of them is Medal of Honor winner, Senator Dan Akaka, who served in served in Italy. The other one is Senator Lautenberg, who served in an invasion in France, and I served in the Pacific. And so there are just 3 of us left there in the United States Senate. but it has been a great honor to receive this from the National Guard. And I want to tell you, it's also an honor to receive an award like this, the Eagle Award, with the name of a friend, Sonny Montgomery. And Sonny, as you know, was a passionate supporter with his whole life to the military and to the families as well. And so it's a great honor for me to have his name on it as well.
Congressman Dave Loebsack is presently serving his third term as U.S. Representative for Iowa's 2nd Congressional District. Prior to his congressional service, he was a professor of political science at Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa. Highlighting both his dedication to education and a strong national defense, Congressman Loebsack serves on the House Education and Labor Committee as well as the House Armed Services Committee. In addition, he is the Army National Guard Vice Chair for the House National Guard and Reserve Components Caucus. Tonight, we wish to recognize Congressman Loebsack's support for the National Guard through his sponsorship of and tireless efforts to pass the National Guard Education Equality Act. This bill sought to correct technical language that left out approximately 131,000 Guardsmen from the previous expansion of the post-9/11 GI Bill benefits. Working with Senator Akaka, Congressman Loebsack incorporated the National Guard Education Equality Act into the post-9/11 Veterans Education Improvement Act of 2010. So we are pleased to recognize Congressman Loebsack's efforts on behalf of our nation's enlisted Guardsmen by awarding him the G.D. Sonny Montgomery Eagle Award.
To be here with Senator Akaka. I will tell you, as a member of the House of Representatives, over the course of the last 2 years prior to the election in 2010, there were many of us in the House who were extremely frustrated, as Senator Akaka and Senator Inouye know. We often passed many things in the House that went over to the Senate, and if they didn't die, they were stalled significantly, let's put it that way. And so I tease my senators from Iowa about that. This is one instance where the Senate took the lead, where Senator Akaka took the lead. And when I got the word that he was moving forward on this, and that the bill that I introduced was going to be incorporated into it, I didn't quit complaining about the Senate, but I decided every time I see Senator Akaka, I'm going to say nothing but good things, not only about him, but about the Senate as well. Thank you again, Senator.
Well, I just want to thank you all for being here. It has been a wonderful evening recognizing those who recognize us. Our service, our commitment to our country, our dual-hatted status, our commitment to our state first, our country always, and we are very, very proud to honor these 4 award recipients for their great contribution to our National Guard soldiers and airmen. And thank you all very much for being here. Thank you for participating with us in what we believe is the right thing to do for our soldiers and airmen of the National Guard. One more round of applause. We were treated to some very nice hors d'oeuvres this evening. A few drinks, and if you think that the hors d'oeuvres were good, wait till you see the desserts. We want to recognize again USAA for their wonderful contribution and support of our organization in everything we do. And we also want to thank all of our corporate partners who are here this evening and recognize your help to help EANGUS do the most important work that we do for all of our National Guard members. We thank you for being here. We're very glad you're here. We ask you to stay and enjoy some great desserts and some great camaraderie with our friends and our National Guard members. Thank you all for coming.